Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Dyson HP07, or they also call it the Dyson-purifier-hot-and-cool. There's also the sister model that I'll cover, the HP09. I won't do two separate videos because the models are almost identical, but I'll go through the differences later. But what I want to do today is to show you around the product, to show you some of the features and benefits that it offers. Also I want to give you a demonstration of it, so I want to show you it in action as to what it does, because I have tried it and to be fair it is really good. Just before I start, all I'd normally say is please subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the thumbs up. What I do is I normally talk about things like household appliances, vacuum cleaners, there's a bit of tech in there as well, so just give us a quick thumbs up and then we'll carry on. Dyson have a really good range of products now in the fans and purifier market. It starts off with models like the AM06, which is just a fan on its own. It goes through to the AM09, which is a cooling and heating fan, and then it goes all the way up. You've got quite a few models in between, and this is almost one of the flagship models in the range. There is a model above this, but I'll cover that in a moment. But they've realised that this market, the purifier market, across the world, not just in the UK, but across the world, is huge now. They have realised that, especially over the last year, because I'm recording this in May 2021, and of course for this last 12 months we've had the pandemic. They've realised a lot of people have been staying at home, so it's making sure that the air that you're breathing is as pure as possible. Now the first thing I always mention when looking at any product like this is to make sure that it's going to fit where you want it to sit. So you need to make sure that if it's going to sit on a table, for example, or if you're going to put it in a cupboard when you want to store it, you need to make sure it's going to fit. So as far as the dimensions, the overall height on it, you're looking around 77 centimeters or just over 30 inches, and the width of it, so if you're looking at the base, then you're looking around 23 centimeters or around 9 inches. Clearly if you're looking at the widest part, then because it's circular, then that's the same going all the way around. They've kept this kind of design, and to be fair, it works. I'm glad they haven't changed that, as well as the gloss white finish. They've got the matte silver on the front here, so really it doesn't matter what kind of setting it's going to sit in, it will look in place. As far as the mains lead on it, you're looking around 1.8 meters for this. So what I'll do is I'll get it plugged in and we'll start to have a look at the product. When you first open the box, you do get two of these. These are HEPA H13 type filters. As you can see, they are very chunky. You do get one on the front and then you've got one on the back that sits there. The reason I'll show you this is because, first of all, they can be a little bit tricky to get in, but what you need to do is, this is the cage from the front, so you just need to line it all up. You do need to be patient with it, because what you don't want to do is to snap it, but you just need to line these lugs up, so make sure that's lined up as well, and you just push it and clip it into place. When you do need to remove it, then you've just got the button there, you press it and then that comes out. You have got an indicator on the front that will show you when they need to be replaced, and to actually put them on the purifier, all you do is you just slot it on the front there, and then that just clips into place. What you will find is you have got the two lugs around the side, so as you just push it down, then both sections will be released and it just gives you easy access to both filters. So when you first get the fan, you've put the filters in, you've plugged it in. There are two ways of switching it on. The first one is a little button on the front there. I'm really glad that they've actually put the button on here still. It is something that you do get a remote control with it. I'll cover the remote control a bit more in a minute, but as I say, that is included. I've just zoomed in here just to show you this display. Now it's not a huge display, it's around 4 centimeters wide, or around 2.5 inches. So as I say, it's not that big, but I think to be fair, for the size of the fan, it doesn't need to be much bigger. The quality on this display is absolutely fantastic. I'll just show you the different options that you've got. So what it will do is, on this fan you have got the option to have it as just a cool fan, or as it says on the box, you can actually heat as well. Personally, I really like this kind of product because it's not just an air purifier. I think a lot of manufacturers are going along just the air purifier route, and I think it puts people off because they think, well, okay, I've got a fan, I've got a heater, I've got an air purifier, you know, why buy 3 products when you can just have one? So that's really why this kind of product does sell well for Dyson. So I'll just show you on the remote control. So first of all, you've got the cool setting, that's the blue button here. If you press that, then that just shows on the display. Hopefully you just saw that. Let's press that again. So it's showing you that that's the cool air. And if you just want the cool air on, then you have got the option to increase or decrease the speed on the remote control. I'll try not to keep it on too long because I am aware that it can get noisy with the air coming at where the microphone is, but I'll just show you this. So as you can see, it goes from 1 to 10. It's quite obvious on the display what it's doing, and I can certainly feel it in front of me that it's sped the air up. What I always try and say with these is it's not a cooling device, and what I mean by that is some people buy these kind of fans and they expect it to be like an air conditioning system. All it will do is it will just speed up the air that is in front of it. It doesn't cool it. But the next option is to heat up. So on the remote control you've got this section here, and if you press that, so that's a little red arrow now coming out, and on the display it will show you the temperature that it is aiming at. And I'll just show you this as well. On the left hand side it shows you the temperature that it's at the moment. So here in the showroom it's 17 degrees, but what you can do is you can actually heat it up, so you can go quite high. You can heat it up to 37 degrees. So if you really want it to be hot, then you can heat the ambient temperature up to 37 degrees. And as you can see, the air has sped up. It's working quite hard now. But what I'll do is I'll just turn that down, and then as it gets back down to temperature, then it will switch off, and it's just a very low heat that is on at the moment, just more like an ambient heat. So that's the cooling and the heating. The next option to show you on the remote is this. You can actually oscillate the fan so you can get it to turn. Now you have got several options. If you press the button, then first of all you've got 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 or 350. So it's not quite 360, it won't spin all the way around, but what it will do is it will actually oscillate. So that's 350 degrees. So what it will do is it will actually turn almost all the way around to the back and then come back this way. Now that's good if you've got it in a centre of a room. I suppose where we've got it here, so this is more in a corner, so if we had it here we wouldn't want the 350 degrees. I'd say the either 45 or 90 degree option would be very good. But it's sort of thing, it's a little feature, but it's a sort of thing that is very, very effective. Some people will have, say, an open plan area, and if you have got it on a centre table, then that could be a very good option to have it going almost all the way around. And then to stop it, all I did is I just pressed the button again. Another option you've got is this. This is a sleep timer, and it goes from 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, and then to turn off. So with those options, if you had it on at night, and if you for example wanted to fall asleep, and if you had it on for say 4 hours, then after 4 hours it will turn off. It just saves not having it on all the time. So yet again, that's a very good option. Talking about at night, if you do use it at night, which I'm sure a lot of people will do, then you've got this button here. That's a night mode. First of all, what it does is it does dim the display, which is very good. Hopefully you can see that, or you may not be able to see it now because it's dimmed it quite nicely. Also, the technology within the fan, it's actually quieter than some of the older models. So this model has a quiet mark accreditation, and it runs at around 62 decibels. You'd also have the option on the remote control to have the air coming out the back of the fan as opposed to the front. And I'll just give you an example of that. So if you press that button there, then it just shows on the display that it's coming out the front, and press that again, and then you can hear the fan working. So it's just moving the air multiplier technology around so that all of the air will go out the back now. I know clearly you can't see anything because it doesn't do anything as far as the look of the fan, but I can, if I just put my hand around the back of it, then yeah, you definitely got the air coming out the back as opposed to the front. So this isn't the only option that it will show. Clearly this one is the air quality, and as I mentioned earlier, it's been green all the way along, so the air within a showroom is very good. What you have got, just on the remote control, you have got another button here, I for information, and I'll run through some of the different options that this has and try and explain what each section does. So this is the 24-hour air quality. Now this, as you can see, it's over a 24-hour period, so it's only got a little dot here because I've only had this running for sort of 5 or 10 minutes. But if you do leave it on, the power consumption on this is very low, especially if you're not heating, then it is very good on this model. And what it will do is it will give you an average line over the last 24 hours. It is a rolling 24 hours, so once it gets to the 24 hours, then it will just keep on repeating this. So the next option is this is PM 2.5. Now this gets a little bit technical. So this is it's called particulate matter, and these are microscopic particles that are up to 2.5 microns in size, and these could include things like smoke, bacteria and allergens. So there are quite a few different options on here. That's the first one, so the PM particulate matter 2.5 microns, and what this will do is this will actually display, I will give you a demonstration of this in a moment, so it will actually display when this changes. So as I mentioned earlier, here in the showroom this is pretty good. And the next option is PM10. When I've pressed the button on the remote, all I am doing in here is pressing the I button each time, and it's just scrolling through the different options. So PM10, again, particulate matter, and these are larger microscopic particles up to 10 microns in size, and all of this is sort of suspended within the air that we breathe. These could include things like dust, mould and pollen, so these are a little bit more visible. Now the next option on here is called VOC. Now this is something which, within the air purifier market, a lot of manufacturers talk quite a lot about VOCs. Now VOC stands for volatile organic compounds, and what you'll find is that these gases, they can be potentially harmful. They are found in things like cleaning products, paints, furnishings, and what some people are saying is that if you're having things like a house renovation, or even if you've had say a new kitchen, then things like this can trigger higher VOCs. I must admit, it's something I can't prove, it's something I've been reading about, but I know it within some locations people find when they're doing a house renovation, then it can kick off things like their asthma, or if they've got other allergies, then it can make it slightly worse for them. But again, with this, what you'll find is that the rating here within a showroom is very low at the moment, but I will give you a demonstration of this because it's very interesting in a moment as to how this changes. The next option on here is the NO2. That's nitrogen dioxide and other oxidizing gases. Though again, these are potentially harmful gases that are released into the air by combustion, for example with things like burning gas, cooking, and in other things like vehicle exhaust emissions. So it is slightly different to the other ones like pollen. And then the next option, it will show you the ambient temperature within the room. So at the moment here it's still 17 degrees. And the next option here is showing the indoor humidity. Now this is the amount of water vapour in the air, shown as a percentage. And the next option, this is a fantastic, it's almost like a little video that it's playing on there. And what this is doing, this is actually showing you the filter status. Now on these it is recommended that you replace the filters, but at the moment, clearly, because this is a brand new product, it's got a little tick and it's a green at the bottom. As it goes through, it will get up to the red, and then it will give you the instructions to show you how to change the filters. Hopefully I'll provide a link at the bottom to show you where to get the filters. And when you press the button again, it goes back to the start. If you have got the sister model to this, the HP09, then it will have another option on here that says formaldehyde. And formaldehyde, it's a common indoor pollutant. Basically it can be released for many years from things like furnishings, floorings and glue. It's the sort of thing you don't tend to see, but it's something that a lot of people are being made aware of. There isn't a huge amount you can do about it because it can be within household items, but things like the fan or the formaldehyde, the HP09 version can really help. It does have an extra layer of filtration inside. Unfortunately I can't show you that because this is on the sister model, but it has got a gold finish around here. I will provide a link if you wanted to go and view the product just below. So what I want to do now is to give you a demonstration of the air purification. It's quite easy to show you how the cooling and the heating side of it works, but sometimes it can be a bit more difficult to show you the air purification. So what I've done is I've actually got a couple of demonstrations. First of all, I've got some of this. This is some odour eliminator. This is a typical kind of product that you would use around the house. But first of all, what I want to do is to set it on auto. So what this will do is when you set it on the auto setting, then it will actually detect if there are, say, an increase in pollutants or anything like that, and it will increase the speed of the fan accordingly. So let's just give it a go. So what I've done there is I've just sprayed this in front of the fan. It does always take a moment to detect it. It's just going through, and as you can see, hopefully you can see on here that it's increased. So it's increased on the front there, and also the speed of the fan has increased, and what it's doing is it's detected that there is an issue, and that's showing me PM 2.5. So it's the particulate matter at 2.5 microns. That's what it's detected in there. It's increased the speed of the fan. It's going to sort the issue out, as you can see the numbers coming down, and then once it's sorted that out, then it will reduce the speed of the fan again. And this is a rolling 12-second screen. So the one where it says AQ, that's showing the last 12 seconds. So it's not 10 seconds, it's not 20 seconds. Dyson have decided to go with 12 seconds for some reason. And what you'll find is over time that this clearly the speed of the fan is still medium at the moment, so it's not come all the way down. But what this will do is when it does detect that it's come down to a safe level, then it will decrease it, and you can just hear it just decreased a little bit, and over the next moment or two it will come back down to the quiet level that it was. So the next thing I wanted to try is some smoke. So all I've done is I've got a little bit of cardboard and I've just popped it in front of this. Now as you can see, this is actually shown on the display as PM10, so that's the particulate matter 10, so it's completely different to the first spray that we had. If I just hold that in front of it, then I don't know if you can see, but it's actually sucking the smoke in there. But this is coming down to a much safer level now. So it's detected, and again, it's just detected that I've popped this in front of it, so it's increased again. So even though the cardboard has gone out, each time I put it near to the front of it, it is increasing. So it's very, very sensitive. The chips they use in these are extremely sensitive, You have got some of these sensors which are, some of them are on the front, some of them are around the back. And what you'll find is over the next minute or so that this number will come down. So it's sorting out the issue with the air purification, and then over the next moment it will start to gradually decrease. So at the moment, even though the speed of the fan is quite high, it is working its way down, so it's doing its job. So as well as controlling the purifier through the cheeky little remote control, which if you're not sure where to store it, then just pop it on top there. It's actually got a magnet, so it will sit on top of the purifier. So apart from that, then if you download the Dyson Link app on your phone or tablet, then you actually got quite a few different options, as well as showing you the status of everything. So rather than on the display, it will show you on your phone or tablet as well, and it also shows you over a period of time. Unfortunately, I've not got a demonstration of that. I have seen it in action, and it's certainly worth doing when you get the product. But there are other ways of controlling it. You have got the voice assistant control as well. So if you have got things like Alexa or Google Assistant, then link that up through the Dyson Link app. So if you're thinking of buying one of these models, the HP07 or the sister model, the HP09, then I have provided a couple of links below to show you where to get them at competitive prices. It is the sort of thing, I know I've given you a couple of quick demonstrations. There are a lot of demonstrations I could give, and this kind of product I do get really enthusiastic about, because I think it's something a lot of people are not really aware of at home. Things like the VOCs, the pollutants within the air, especially as I mentioned earlier, with people being at home a lot more, then you want to make sure that the air quality is good that you're breathing in. I hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Dyson HP07, or if you came here to watch the sister model, the HP09. All I'd normally say is please give us a thumbs up, click subscribe on our YouTube channel, and leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video itself. I'm sure there could have been other demonstrations that I could have done to show you how good it is, but I thought the couple that I did were quite effective and they were really good. As far as the comments, if you have got any questions on the fan purifier, then just pop it in the comments and I'll get back to you if you're not sure about something. Also, if you have got one of these, or if you have got one of the Dyson air purifiers, then let me know what you think about it, because I do always appreciate the feedback. Thanks for watching.